Alright, so up until now, we've been running this playthrough pretty bare bones. No workshop gear, no real advantages, just making it work. But this mission accumulation, this one's a grind. At this point, you probably have some Ren and exotics from operations and simple missions, so before we even start this operation, we're gonna finally get some gear. First, a new suit, extra defense, built-in water slot, and 2 module slots. For the modules, we're going with an extra row of inventory space and 15% more carry weight, so we can hoard even more useless shit. Then, we're going to upgrade both our canteen and oxygen tank. These workshop ones are over 5 times our current ones. Now, we'll throw all of these new items into the dropship, get it sent down, and enjoy our new toys. Now we'll slide into our new suit and toss these modules in. Damn, look at all that room for activities. Then we'll throw our oxygen tank in, give it about a year to fill up, and toss our water bottle in our brand new slot. And collect our oxygen tank.
ACS just put a contract up. They're building a new station up here and need raw materials ASAP. You able to oblige? When you're working for the ACS.
Alright, this is accumulation, and this is where the grind starts. You've got a set goal to hit, and there's no shortcut to it. So before we really get into it, I'm going to check both drop pod locations. You can just look the numbers up, but I'd rather confirm it myself. It also makes it easier to track what you actually still need. So we'll hit both spots first and then start working through it.
Check your HUD and roll out. Good luck.
Alright, first drop pod. So for this one we need 350 cooked meat. I've already got some on me, so we'll drop that off now. And then we're also going to need 800 fur and 800 leather. So anything you put in here doesn't spoil, so you're able to just store it as you go. So this hunting shipment is located here at L12, and then if we go look down southwest, we're going to see the farming shipment over here at G14, which is where we're headed next. Alright, this is the farming drop. For this one, we need 200 carrots, 150 pumpkins, 70 watermelons, and 250 berries. So we'll come back to this one once we've gathered everything together. I was on my way back and suddenly this health bar appeared, so there's a boss around here somewhere. Yeah, I left my good arrows at the base. I was trying to use up my lower tier ones. Unfortunately, during this fight, we sadly lost our first pet wolf. He fought well, but at least the horse is still in this. And after all that fighting, our horse stole the kill from us. But we got the exotics anyways, at least. Alright, let's get these carcasses processed and start working through what we actually need here. Most of this is going to come from just breaking down animals as we go and staying on top of it, so I want to get ahead of it as early as we can. So this mission really just comes down to hitting the required amounts, and it takes some time to work through it. You're going to be gathering, processing, and turning things in constantly the entire time. The way I approach it is by working on everything at once, instead of trying to finish one thing before moving on to the next. I'll get the crops planted early so they can grow in the background, get a forge going so we can start upgrading our gear, and turn in materials whenever I have them ready. That way you're always making progress instead of stopping and starting. Just getting these started early. I'm planting 3 of each so they can grow while we're working on everything else. That way we've always got something coming in. I'm also crafting the forge here and getting it placed so that we can start upgrading our gear while we're doing this quest. And I'm just bringing back materials as I get them and dropping them off here. I'm putting this threshing alteration on the scythe here so we can get more out of each harvest. That makes a big difference with how much we actually need to harvest because it gives seeds back, allowing us to replant right away and avoid crop fatigue. Now, on our way south to deposit all of this, we want to make sure we're still gathering meat and fur to finish up our goal. This is the first batch going in, so we're just going to keep depositing it as we harvest it. On our way back, I noticed this adult moa with a baby, so I took the adult out and started taming the baby. Figured we could probably use this down the line for travel. And when we got back, we did our quick harvest of some of these crops. With the last batch of crops planted, I used that time to top off our ore supply. If you're focused purely on operations, you're going to start running low on materials pretty quickly. Thankfully, I was able to find 2 full caves that we hadn't explored yet, so got some pretty nice stuff out of it. Once I got back from that mining expedition, thankfully the last of the carrots were about ready, so I got those harvested up and then had to fight my horse to get him off the roof. He was really stuck in there somehow, so I just reached to the roof, got on him, and then used the unstuck command to get down. And off we were to drop off the last of the crops. Had to gather a bit on the way, but we managed to get down there with everything we needed and finished off the farming part of the mission. Now, all that was left was to cook up the meat and get the last of this fur. After we wrapped up the farming mission, I spent the next hour or two out hunting, skinning, and taking care of bones to make sure we had all the meat we needed. And honestly, the biggest time sink I ran into was probably the meat. Each piece of meat took like 30 seconds to cook. So if I did this again, I'd probably just build extra fireplaces for it. But with the last of it done, we turned it in and finished our mission.
That's all of them.
OES departing.
Okay, that's it. You did it. ICARUS is a wild place, but it ain't got nothing on you. The ACS tend to value results, and you're delivering it. They'll like that.
Alright, that's going to wrap this one up. We finished the accumulation operation, and even though this video is under 10 minutes, this one took a few hours to get through. Some of these videos end up taking me close to 10 hours to put together. So if you enjoy them, I really do appreciate any likes, comments, or feedbacks. But, quest done. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.